But so I have solved few problems just for your practice. So this problem is from part 2 V1, exercise 1. So first you read this problem and try to solve this by yourself. And, okay, pause the video, stop the video, let's try to solve yourself. Okay, then after that just see the solution. So in this problem what they're asking the magnetic field will be zero at all the points on a straight line. So suppose at this point I just वो कह रहा है कि find out the locus of the points where magnetic field is zero in xy plane. So this is one wire, this is second wire, current flow is here is I, this is also I. Suppose at this point the field magnetic field is zero at some point xy. So bacho, if you see, because of this wire field line is coming outside, magnetic field is coming outside, because of this wire it's going inside. So both are opposite. Because of this wire V1, it's going to be, it's an infinite wire, mu naught by 2 pi I by d. D is perpendicular distance with wire. Similarly x. But both are equal. If you equate them, you will get the answer. Okay. Let's go to the next problem. This is the second problem, B2 problem. Again, bacho, try B2 problem. Okay. And then after trying at least 2 to 3 minutes, then see the solution. So here, bacho, in B2 problem, they has given two wire. One wire is BC and there is one more wire, AC. And they're asking us to find out field at D. So bacho, let's find out field at D due to CB wire. Okay, first due to CB wire. So logic क्या होता है बच्चों? What is the logic? If this is a straight wire, at this point you want to find out. So what you do? You join these points, corner of the wire by that point, and then you see the angle theta 1 and theta 2. So bachcho, if this is the wire CB, right? If you join this point, you join them perpendicularly by this point, okay? Then angle. But so you know this angle is going to be 90 by geometry. So if this angle is going to be 90, that means one angle theta 1 is going to be 0 and theta 2 is going to be 30 because this is 60, right? And angle जो होता है बच्चों इस point से count करते हैं ना, this point से count करते हैं. So we'll count the angle from this point, right? You join this corner and this corner. This is perpendicular. Understood? This is a wire. इस wire को ऐसे equate करो equal, right? This is the wire like this. This is a wire like this. And at this point you want to find out, okay? From perpendicular, one side angle is theta 1 and the side angle. So this line is still perpendicular, right? When you join this. So one angle becomes 0 and one angle becomes this. This is become 30 degrees. So this is a formula mu naught by 4 pi I by d. D is the perpendicular distance. Sine 30, this is one angle 30, other angle becomes 0, right? So this perpendicular distance, but so you can find out this distance, right? And this is 90, so this distance is going to be 2r cos 30. When you solve this, it becomes r root 3r. Similarly, for second wire also, you can solve for second wire. There's one more wire. If you solve this, so this is going to be for second wire scenario, the same analysis as I did in this wire. Okay, same analysis, right? This angle is going to, one angle is going to be 60, other angle is going to be 0, right? The perpendicular distance is going to be r because it becomes 2r cos 60. Here it was 2r cos 30. And then because of both the wire, but the direction of the field is going to be opposite because one wire is like this. Okay, then you need to subtract it. By subtract it, you solve it, you get the answer. Now next problem is B3. B3 again. In B3, this is a square, right? And this is square. You have infinite square, right, bacho? So first, what you need to do, you need to calculate by a single square, by any square, right? Let's calculate by this square at the center. So if this is the wire, bacho, right? Then you join by the corners, two corners, both angle is going to be 45, 45. So due to this wire, let us assume field is V1. So V1 is mu naught by 4 pi I by D, this perpendicular distance, this distance is going to be A by 2. Total is A, right? Let's assume total is A. This distance is going to be A by 2. A by 2 into sine 45 into sine 40. It's going to be 2 sine 45. You will simplify this, it's going to be this, right? Just you can check the calculation whether मैंने सही किया calculation देख लेना एक बार, right? Now due to all the wires, direction of the field are same. See, because of this wire, the field is going to be the if you put thumb rule, it's going to be inside. Due to all the wire, field is going to be the inside, right? So multiply by 4. So this formula multiply by 4. This is going to be by 1 square. Similarly, you have infinite square in this problem in B3. So what you need to add them. Once you add them, you will get this series and just solve this series. Okay. Bacho, next is B5. In B5, they are saying that again, Bacho, pause the video, solve yourself, then after that you see the solution. In B5, they are saying there are two wires. This is wire number 1, this is wire number 2. In both the wire, current is coming outside, right? And they are asking graph of the magnetic field in this region. So, Bacho, these types of question you have done in electrostatic equilibrium, right? If you remember. So what we divide the reason in three parts. This is the one reason. I call this one reason, reason number 1. This side we call reason number 2. This side you call reason number 3. But so if you see in reason number 1, field due to 1 and 2 are opposite. If you see field due to 1 is going to be the upside. This is upside due to 1. Okay. And field due to 2 in this region is going to be downside. So they are opposing each other. Right. If you see field in reason number 2, in reason number 2, field is going to be the upside because of both. In reason number 3, field is going to be downside because of both. So, but it's very simple. In reason number 1, you need to subtract them. In reason number 2 and 3, you need to add them. Right? One more thing, but your field at this point must be 0 because they are opposite. At the center, this must be 0. Now, बच्चों, if you look only this side, इधर की बात करें हम लोग, तो बच्चों फील्ड में जो होता है म्यू नॉट 4 पाई I by d. So this is field due to 1. Let me call this x, right, बच्चों? And field due to 2 is also. So बच्चों field is directly inversely proportional to 1 by x. इसका मतलब है बच्चों जिसका distance कम उसका field ज़्यादा. So in this region here from this part to this point, for 1 distance is less, तो field should be high. इसका मतलब है बच्चों यहाँ पे जब तुम minus करोगे ना in this part from here to here, you will say b1 minus b2 because b1 will dominate, b1 is higher, right? So यहाँ पे जो होगा direction of v1 will dominate because v1 has higher magnitude. This side direction of v2 will dominate because inversely proportional to x है ना बच्चों, मैं subtract कर रहा हूँ. So बच्चों this side direction of v1 is going to be up. Up we talk always positive. So this side field should be like this. Okay. This side it's going to dominate. This side should be like this. Okay. Now this here बच्चों it's all up. Both you will add them. Up matlab this up. B this you take positive. So this positive side. Similarly here you take it downside. Okay. This is going to be the answer. B8 बच्चों. There is one more problem B8. B8 बच्चों you read this problem. It's a little lengthy. They asked in AIEEE 2011 में पूछा था ये problem. So what this problem is बच्चों? This is a circular arc. Actually this is a wire. This is a wire like arc. And this wire in this wire, let us assume the current is coming outside बच्चों. This is complete wire. So here this current is coming outside. Okay. This wire is like बच्चों ये wire जो है ना ये circular arc की तरह. So this is a wire. Okay. You can assume it like cylinder बच्चों. Assume it like a hollow cylinder. Half part of the hollow cylinder. Okay. This cylinder is going from minus infinite to infinite. So this cylinder, half of the cylinder is inside my plane of the paper. Half of the cylinder is outside the plane of the paper. Okay. Understood? This half of the cylinder is inside the plane of the paper. And half of the cylinder is outside the plane of the paper. Right? They're calling it like they're calling it wire. You can call it wire also. So this wire is going to start from here to here. Half of the wire is inside the paper. Half of the wire is coming outside the paper. So because of this wire, they wants to find out the field at this point. So बच्चों इसको समझो थोड़ा सा. It's little difficult problem. So now बच्चों, how I solve this? We can assume this complete wire from here to here. It is a composition of so many wires. कौन सी wires बच्चों? You can see this is one wire. This one wire is going from infinite to infinite. Half of the wire is inside the paper, half of the wire is outside the paper. तो दिस यू कैन एज्यूम दिस कंप्लीट जो वायर है ये इस टाइप की छोटी छोटी वायर से मिलकर बनी है जिनका बिट बहुत छोटा है. दिस ओल्ड वायर हैज अ वेरी स्मॉल बिट. ओके, ट्राई टू इमेजिन दिस बच्चों. इफ आई टेक दिस स्मॉल वायर आउटसाइड तो ये कुछ ऐसे बनेगा बच्चों. दिस स्मॉल वायर आउटसाइड. ओके, so this bit of the wire is small, only bit is small. Length तो बच्चों minus infinite से plus infinite तक है. All the wire has bit is very small, but length is from infinite to minus infinite. So half of the length of the wire is inside the plane, half of the length of the wire is outside the plane. So first I want to find out due to this small bit wire, how much is the magnetic field here at this point due to this. Okay, so this current is coming outside. So बच्चों how let us assume in this part this small thickness wire current is di. So बच्चों now this problem is simple like ऐसे समझो इसको. We draw some other part. Now how you need to assume, suppose this is a wire is coming out. This wire is half of the wire is in the plane, half of the wire is inside, half of the wire is outside. So this wire is perpendicular to the plane and I want to find out field at this point. So field is going to be in the plane. But how to solve this problem, how to find out this field, I told you, you need to join this, right? The circle of field is going to be in the plane. So at this point, either field is going to be downside or upside, but 90 degrees. Remember this, right? We have done numerical on this concept, right? So if this is the wire, in this wire flow current is di and it's coming out. If it is coming out बच्चों, so you can see this is going to the field. ये वाला field survive करेगा, ये गलत. This field can't because of this part. So बच्चों what I have drawn here, if you see, this is the wire. Because of this wire, this is the field. Okay, and this is 90, right? This is 90. Similarly बच्चों, this is 90 degree, right? Now what I did after that, but due to symmetry, हम लोग एक लाइन यहाँ से ड्रॉ किया. This line, I have drawn this line, right? Suppose let us assume this angle is going to be theta. But if this angle is theta, this angle is going to be 90 minus theta. So but जो dv जो है ना, जो dv है due to this part, due to only this small current di, okay, this you can resolve this in two components. One component is along this component is going to be dv cos 90 minus theta, dv sin theta along x-axis. I'm calling it, sorry, y-axis. I'm calling it dy. Dy value is dv sin theta. This dv sin. This component is going to be dv cos theta. I will resolve it. Similarly, bachcho, like this, due to symmetry, there is going to be one part this side. If you see due to this part, the field is this. If you resolve this component, then they cancel out x component. इसका x component ना और इसका x component cancel कर देगा and only y component will survive. So बच्चों, I just need to find out the y component due to all the small thickness wires. Okay, so बच्चों देखो मैंने क्या किया, this is a y component due to this, okay, due to this dv sin. So dv sin theta is बच्चों, this is an infinite current carrying. Due to infinite current wire होता है mu naught divided 2 pi I by r. So right, mu naught by 2 pi I in this wire is di. This is di. Okay, divide by r into sin. All right. Now this is I'm taking y component. Now you need to add y component of all the current carrying wires from here to here, right? So adding matlab nothing but बच्चों integration. Related mu naught by 2 pi I by r. Di and sin theta will remain inside and this integration will go from 0 to 180. So मैंने 0 to 180 limit यहाँ लगाया बच्चों, right? This integration will go from 0 to 180. Now inside the integration, there are two variables. One is theta, other one is di. So बच्चों this angle is, right? So बच्चों हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Now देखो थोड़ा सा और बताता हूँ. Reality. बच्चों this is your wire. ये वायर है. and you can join this wire like this. This angle is theta, and this angle you can write बच्चों d theta. Okay, and current जो है बच्चों in this wire, what current you can write? See, total current from here to here is I. Total current from this part to this part is I. So current in unit length. Current is unit length हो जाएगा बच्चों इसका pi by r. 2 pi r होगा total का, इसका होगा pi by r. Current in unit length is pi by r. Let us assume this length is dl. जो छोटा सा length लिया ना बच्चों, ये वाला length. This length is dl. So current in this length is multiplied by dl. I by pi r. Current in unit length. Unit length is this side. Okay, don't think unit length perpendicular. This side only, right? Into dl. So bachcho, this you can replace instead of di. Now I by pi is pi r is constant. Again you take it outside. Dl is this length which is going to be the arc. Arc can be written as radius into d theta. So dl can be written as r into d theta. I have substituted this integration done of this bachcho. 0 to r. You substitute this, solve this bachcho, you get this answer. Okay. There is one more problem bachcho. This problem from exercise 2 part 1. Exercise 2 part 1. This is a diagram. Again bachcho, pause this video and try to solve this. So now bachcho, in this problem, there is problem number 3. The page number है बच्चों 74 पे है ये problem. They're asking find out the field at this point. यहाँ पे field करना है. So बच्चों, to find out the field there are 3 players. See, this is due to y. This is suppose 1 and this is suppose due to 2, and at this point field is suppose 3. So net field is going to be bachcho B equals to V1 plus B2 plus B3. As you know bachcho, B2 and B3 this point on the axis, so it's going to be 0 0. So my aim is just to find out field due to 1, right? Now bachcho, in this kind of problem, see, this is 3-dimensional. Now when you solve this 3-dimensional problem, bachcho, your wire is along the y-axis, parallel to the y-axis, and this corner of the wire coordinate is, bachcho, x coordinate is a, y coordinate is 0, right? This point, right? Y coordinate is 0 and z coordinate is also 0. So one end of the wire is at a coordinate and remaining wire is parallel to the negative y-axis. Okay. अब बच्चों करना क्या होता है इस प्रॉब्लम में? You just need to the circle. You need to see the field line जो होगी वो कैसे होगी. So बच्चों, if you draw the circle around this wire for the field line, this circle is going to be in xz plane. देखो, this field is going to be inside मतलब z, and this side is going to be this side मतलब x. So bachcho, the field which you are calculating here at this point, it's going to be in xz plane, right? Think about this again, okay? Because the field line is something like this. Here you will draw field line like this, okay? So this field line you are going to be in x and z. So your answer should be in xz. So better to draw xz. So what I have done, I have drawn xz. Okay, this is x, z, and this is the y. Okay, so y is y, this is y-axis. Okay. Now, bachcho, first point is draw the wire. Now your wire coordinate is a0a, and remaining wire is the parallel to negative y-axis. So bachcho, this is the wire a0a, and remaining wire is inside the plane. Inside the plane matlab bachcho negative y-axis, right? Negative y-axis inside the plane, positive y-axis outside the plane. So this is the wire, and here current is flowing towards the positive y-axis. So current is coming out. So current is coming. Now this is the wire. If this is the wire, and at this point you want to find out the field, so you know that now wire is perpendicular to it. Your circle is going to be in a plane. Plane में कैसे करते हैं बच्चों? You join this wire by this point, draw perpendicular 90 degrees. This is going to the field direction. Okay, you can see your right hand thumb rule, and this is going to field direction. So field, if this field is going to be V here, right? Due to symmetry, bachcho, this angle is 45. You can see that angle is 45 because coordinate है AA. This angle is going to be 45. This component is going to be b sin 45. This is going to be b cos 45. How much is value of b? Value of b होता है बच्चों mu naught by due to semi infinite mu naught by 4 pi I by d. So mu naught by 4 pi I by d is perpendicular distance. This is going to be a root, right? And this component बच्चों कौन सा component है? X component negative आ रहा है, so I put this minus. Y Z component is coming positive. I put this positive and I'm done solution. Okay. Try this problem बच्चों yourself. Okay. And try to take hint